Yeah, I think I decided to just make this video for people who are new, specifically for people who are new, who are trying out Genshin Impact for the very first time. If you have no idea what's happening a majority of the times, and you see a lot of people playing different characters and you don't know exactly how to get strong in the game or which characters are the good characters. And I've been playing Genshin Impact for a very long time. I think this is my third year now, and I've collected a majority of these characters, dude. But yeah, I think the best thing to say is before we start with this list, I have to make sure that all the teams are 100% ready. So yeah, that's the main reason I decided to make this video, is for the people who are looking for new characters to pick when they start out the game. Specifically the 4 stars, who are really, really good. Trust me, even to this day, they don't expire. So definitely sit down, watch this, and tell me what you think. So let's first go to the teams. The first thing I do is go to the teams. And okay, I'm gonna mess around with my teams a little bit, and everyone is out of the standby team. So the first character that I wanted to talk about was xingqiu. Right? xingqiu. Yes. xingqiu. Yes. I don't know how you spell it. xingqiu, xingqiu, whatever you guys call him. So this character, I believe, myself, is an extremely good character if you're starting out the game. His hydro application is insanely good, bruh. And I don't know if you saw in the banner, there is Yelan. And if you know Yelan, you probably won't be and if you can't get Yelan, just like me, I don't have enough pools, then definitely go for xingqiu. It's like her small, son. It's basically her son. I don't know. Same color palette. They look the same. They look kind of the same, dude. So yeah, if you want a 4-star Yelan, Yelan is a hydro applicator, a very good DPS, same as xingqiu, basically the son. He's really good, trust me. He was the very first character I ever got in this game. I obviously maxed him out, and the best sword you want to run on him is the sacrificial sword. The reason I say this is because of its refinement rank. If you can see there, after damaging an opponent, there's a 60% chance, literally a 60% chance that after bursting, you can burst again. I think it's a skill, right? Yeah. After skilling, after doing your skill, you can skill again. There's a 60% chance, bro. Imagine how big that is. So yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, 90% of the time, that 60% actually occurs, to me at least, when I play the game. But we're gonna go test him out in a few. What you want to run him on is a Emblem of Severed Fate. So if you're starting out the game, you probably don't have Emblem of Severed Fate. Make sure that you run a 4-piece on him. And the best thing about this game, dude, I haven't played this game in a long time, but if you press up the artifact recommendations on the top right corner, you find the recommended combination sets. So if you have any of these 3 artifacts, definitely make sure you run these on him. You can run a 2-piece Noblesse, you can run a 2-piece what is this again? Heart of Depth. 2-piece Noblesse, 2-piece Heart of Depth is not that bad. It's really good on him. Even a 4-piece Noblesse, if you planning to play him as a full support. But for me, I have been running him on Emblem of Severed Fate ever since I started game. So if you are able to get your hands on this, once you reach that adventure rank, I think it's 25. Once you start unlocking like the golden purple type of artifacts, dude, go for Emblem of Severed Fate. xingqiu is gonna dude, he's gonna be excited for that, trust me. He's gonna appreciate you for that. I kind of want to showcase xingqiu before I speak a lot about him, but also constellations do matter. So if he's on the banner, I'd say invest on that banner as much as you possibly can, dude. Getting all of his constellations will take your character, literally your whole team, to the next level. You probably might not even need Yelan. I don't have Yelan, and I've been playing xingqiu for like a very long time. He's been performing beyond, and I haven't even maxed him out. I only crowned his burst, so yeah, here, I feel like you don't have to upgrade the first one. Just go for the second and the third one. I still have a lot of work to do here. I think I'm gonna farm this today and max him out. Another thing that I wanted to check on was, I think we have everything set. But before we even start, let me make sure that the artifacts on him are like decent artifacts. You know, we don't want to have trash artifacts on him. Let me see. I think he's already on decent artifacts. Attack percentage, right? Let's do this. Attack percentage and then crit damage. Okay, crit rate. Which one has better stats? Okay, let's give this one to him because we're showcasing him right now. We'll swap it back once we get to the other character. So with xingqiu, you want to run a hydro here. What do I have on him? A hydro damage bonus, that's good. And a crit rate, yes. Not a bad crit rate, definitely useful. And we are following the protocols of the game. 1:2 ratio. So yeah, I think our xingqiu is ready to go. And let's go test him out on a fight in this team. And then we're going to put him with any other unit that we feel like he's going to resonate with. So depending on the type of team that you want to play, you want to put him in a team that does Hyper Bloom, then you're going to definitely need someone like Nahida. Or if you don't have Nahida, Collei is here. I have a C6 Collei, I believe. And Collei is really good. I haven't built her, but if you want to invest in Collei, she's really good. I also have Yao Yao. Yao Yao is really good for Bloom, Hyper Blooms. I don't have much constellations on her, but she's also really, really good. So yeah, depending on the team that you want to play for Xingqiu, it's going to help him a lot. So the first thing that I want to do is put a support. And obviously, there's no other support better than Bennett. And that's the second character that I wanted to touch up on. So going back to the second character, with Bennett, the things that I want to mention is he is currently, I mean, ever since the start of the game, people doubted Bennett. People said, oh yeah, HP this, HP that, Bennett's not that good. Dude, don't listen to anyone. If you're starting out the game, just like my small brother, when he started the game, his first character was Bennett. Imagine, his very first pool was Bennett. So if you're ever that lucky to even get a C1 or even a C0 Bennett, like no copies, nothing, he is going to perform for you, dude. He is currently, in my opinion, the second best buffer in the game. Either the second or the third best buffer in the game. And that's a 4-star. That's coming from a 4-star that was raised in Mondstadt. So yeah, definitely do not sleep on this character, dude. This character will carry you through heaven and earth. When people spoke about his constellations though, I thought you know, stopping at constellation 5 was a good idea because it upgrades his talent. And if you know constellations, try to never stop in any constellation when you're building Bennett, because at constellation 6 you do get a bit of pyro damage bonus. For people who use Mavuika with Bennett, they get so much damage in there. If you're using Garming with Bennett, you're getting so much damage in there, bro. So definitely don't miss out on its constellations. A lot of people stay here at 5. If you want to stay at 5, I'm not judging, but C6 is where I'd say Bennett excels the most. That's when you probably compare him to 5 stars. That's how good he is, bro. If you're able to get this guy at C6, you pretty much have the game in your hands, I'm not gonna lie. And as for the talents, I feel like I also have to work a little bit here, but you just need to max out these last 2. That's a trick that I usually do when I upgrade any character. I feel like anyone can use this. Upgrade the last 2 talents and ignore the first one. If they are not a DPS, if they are not a main DPS, if they are not gonna be the character attacking on field, doing the most damage, do not upgrade the first one. Upgrade the last 2. It's gonna help you in the long term, trust me, dude. So Aquila Fevonia or any other energy recharge weapon. This dude is energy hungry, so if you are able to run a Fevonia sword on him, it's not that bad. It will definitely do the job, and it's such an easy weapon to get. Or you can run Sacrificial Sword, the one I mentioned for xingqiu. So if you want to run him on these 3 weapons, they're pretty good. But if you're extremely new, then definitely run him on the Skyrider sword, which is going to be extremely helpful for him being able to burst multiple times, meaning him supporting you multiple times. For the artifact sets, I think we mentioned this in xingqiu. Artifact recommendations, same as xingqiu, just the second one is a bit different. But Noblesse usually does the trick, and the reason it does the trick is because if you check under its pieces, the 4-piece set says that gives you 20% attack for every unit in the team. For every unit in the team, bro. Like, come on, that's something big. So since obviously I said it in the start, he's a very energy hungry unit. Definitely run energy here. Energy, as much energy as you possibly can. And you can even check underneath here what's most used. I put HP because HP was most used. I really didn't know what to put, and I put healing bonus here. And the reason I put healing bonus is because it has a ton of energy recharge. When it comes to the weapon, you want to make sure that its base attack is at its very highest, because it scales off of the base attack. So if you got your Bennett at a base attack that's extremely high, he's going to do insanely good, bruh. So I want to see something, yes. So when you check in the base stats, you can see that in the white number, he has 865 attack. That is not the base attack. The base attack is the number right next to it, the 645. That's the damage, that's the bonus that you get. So that's what it scales off. Just keep that in mind. A lot of new players think that, oh no, if I just make his attack extremely large, then I'm good. You find people having Benny having like 1,500 attack, and they're like, why is my Benny not performing? The main reason is because that's not the base attack. The base attack is the one in green. So go for the one in green, and he'll be extremely good. Another character that I wanted to touch up on is Xiangling. Dude, Xiangling has been a main of mine when I started the game, and I've loved her ever since. Since they gave her a skin, dude, I've played her way more often than I have. I gave her a very good weapon that kind of fits her. It kind of looks really good on her. And yeah, man, trust me, she's extremely good. She's free, and she's been almost like a Pyro Archon since the start of the game. So if you played the Spiral Abyss, you probably have her, and you're probably asking yourself, why is she not doing much damage? It's because of the synergies. So you possibly might be playing Xiangling on her own, meaning that there's no elemental reactions. Put her with another character such as xingqiu, where there will be vaping. That's where she excels. And you will definitely see the numbers skyrocket, bro. I'm telling you. So Emblem of Severed Fate, I feel like I'm repeating myself now. But for these characters, Emblem of Severed Fate is the go-to choice. If you've unlocked Inazuma, or even if you haven't, you can actually go to the guide, which I call the Enchiridion from Adventure Time. Just open the Enchiridion and you'll figure out exactly which artifacts you can find in which region. So it becomes much easier for you. And you can pre-farm for it even if you haven't unlocked it. So with Xiangling, she's also energy hungry, like very energy hungry. But you want to make sure that you use the artifact recommendations again. Like I said, I don't have to explain them because Genshin already explains them very well for you. Why don't I have her on energy here? She has to have this. Interesting. Okay, I'll upgrade this a bit later. I think I can upgrade it now. Should we upgrade it now? Because, I mean, it's crit damage and HP, so why not? Let's upgrade this now. Let's max it out now. Why not? So, I'm just trying to prove my point that building characters right is very vital. By doing this, you'll be able to make sure that your character doesn't have to steal artifacts from any other character, you know? Wow, 20 is really good. That's not bad. So obviously now she has her energy like she asked for, and she has a lot of crit damage, which was the recommended minor fixer. So now she has everything that she needs. Pyro damage bonus and crit rate. Oh my god, crit damage. What's wrong with me? Why am I doing this to myself? Oh, it's because Raiden has the piece. Okay, it's fine. But yeah, having Xiangling at C4, I feel like this is a very good stopping point because Goba doesn't do that much. But also, dude, C6 Xiangling is basically like Benny, you know? You get that 15% pyro damage bonus. So trust me, investing on constellations on these 4 stars, if there's a banner that has Xiangling, just try to pull as much as you possibly can. Even if you lose your 50-50 on the character that you wanted, keep on pulling for constellations until the banner ends, so that when the next banner comes in, you have a few pulls to pull that next character that's coming up, and you have Xiangling belt up. You know, she has all her constellations ready for her. So yeah, I'd say that. I feel like that's a good idea. Obviously, if you want a weapon on her, I'd say she's energy hungry as well. So energy recharge, she really loves energy recharge weapons. Or crit rate and crit damage weapons. You can also put those on her. She would love the engulfing lightning, but Raiden would actually kill her if she actually takes that. So I'm not risking it. Or I could have just given her the catch. The catch was gonna do her very well. I feel like let's put on the catch, you know, cause this weapon is really good on her. But let's just for good old sake, let's just give her the catch. Let's give her a 4-star weapon which you can get completely for free. So yeah, definitely put her on the catch. And the talents, obviously you wanna max out the last 2 like I told you, and then the first one you don't really have to, but obviously I was maining her, so I wanted to get as high as possible. But yeah, she's looking way much worse. Okay, now I see why I chose that weapon. Let's bring that weapon back. Luminous of Elegy. So yeah, I think this will work even better. It's because of the artifact. The artifact at the end is crit damage. Actually, what we can do is this. Let's just steal this. Since Raiden, we're not showcasing Raiden yet. So now we have a very good ratio. See, this is exceptional. This is beyond exceptional. And if you can just swap this weapon for any other weapon that is crit rate, crit damage, or even energy recharge, it'll be really good. Your xiangling will perform, bruh. She will perform beyond measures. She will do so much wonders for you. As for Sucrose, Sucrose is a really good character for literally buffing. She buffs a lot. She gives a lot of buffs. And I haven't built her that much because I barely play her. But you can put her on a elemental mastery. She can have this book on an EM and then obviously run Vivi on her. So you want to run as much EM as you possibly can. And then we can give her this one. And then obviously she is maxed. Okay, now she's looking decent. Okay, so she's sitting at a 780 elemental mastery, which is not bad. She's got an elemental mastery book. She's an elemental mastery hungry unit. As you can see, when you filter it, it shows that most characters use her as an EM character. And obviously with constellations, she scales as well. She does really good. You see, the last one gives 20% elemental damage bonus. Dude, I used to neglect constellations until I started understanding how important they were for endgame. So if you're trying to clear content much faster, especially when you're new and you get constellations, dude, I'm telling you, you're literally gonna wave. It's gonna be so easy, bro. When you play the game, you're just gonna flow. I haven't invested much on her, but mastering these last two, I think this week I'll focus on her, because I really want to build her, and if she's in any banner, I might even pull for her. But yeah, you want to master these last two, obviously talents, like I usually say, and then you'll have your Sucrose fully built and she'll be performing like insanely good. You can find him right here in Inazuma, in Kanazuka. So in Kanazuka, I've marked him right here. Next to the teleportation point, you can just find him right here at the bottom. It's a very small place, but yeah. This is where I find this guy, and this is basically the guy I fight every time I test out my characters. One thing I can mention is, if you are new and you're looking for new characters, enemies to fight, don't go around fighting bosses and doing all of this crazy stuff. It's gonna confuse you. If you're fighting someone as simple as the Mercenary, who's always ready, combat ready to fight you anytime, it's much easier, dude. You know exactly what you want. He doesn't have anything special about him. He's just a normal, ordinary character that you can find anywhere in game. So that's the thing I love about him. Or you can just go Raiden. Raiden also is pretty much good, but I don't think if you're new, starting at Raiden is a good idea. As I was saying, one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you start off by increasing the elements of the character, making sure that the bursts are ready and active. Whoa, I got hit. That's interesting. Okay, so obviously the characters won't do much damage now because we're just farming energy. We're just farming as much energy as we possibly can. But you can see, dude, 5,000 damage on Goba. Literally 5,000. That's insanely big, bro. That's insanely big. And then the more you play, especially now that I'm using obviously Sucrose, who's supposed to be a support as a DPS, you could see there that she was busy reacting with the pyro element. But I think now playtime is over. I think it's time we actually showcase what's happening. You want to first start off with Xiangling and then go to xingqiu, activate his burst. Activate his skill, obviously, then go to Benny, activate Benny down, and then activate xiangling's burst. And then after that, you use Sucrose, and then you return back to xingqiu, if you have time. That's only if you have time. As you can see, the amount of numbers showing here are insanely big, so yeah, that's why these characters are really good. You should definitely try out this team when you have time, and tell me what you think about it. I feel like this is the best team for him. But I think you could possibly see for yourself that this team was performing very, very well. The elemental reactions were popping off. xingqiu was doing his thing with the vapes. And possibly, yeah, only vapes. I don't think he was doing any melts. And then Benny was buffing. Benny was doing so many buffs. Benny took Xiangling from 10,000 to 30,000, if I'm correct. I saw a 30 there. And then obviously the elemental mastery the elemental master, was literally helping each and every person proc off all their elements as they should and give them more buffs and give them more buffs. So let's try one more time, but this time we won't go easy on him. We're just gonna go brute force. We're gonna attack him as much as we can. We're trying to build as much energy as we possibly can in such a small amount of time. So yeah, I think now attacking is the best thing to do, as much as we possibly can. We gotta attack as much as we possibly can. Okay, doesn't seem like this dude wants to give us any energy now. Let's back up a little bit. Create some space and then activate xingqiu stuff. And then activate a bit of hers, and then we have the energy for everyone. Since everyone's energy is active now, like I said, we start the rotation always with xingqiu. You start by activating his passive, then you go to Benny, you activate Benny just in case, and then you activate Cross, thank you Sucrose, and then you go back to xiangling. And this is how the rotation should look. As you can see, the numbers are booming. So yeah, if you want an optimal team, a very good team actually, not even an optimal. Optimal would be like a disgrace, dude. But yeah, these units are really good. As you can see, even xingqiu is doing really good. He's doing like 18k, bro. 18k is a lot. It's not little. Even for people who aren't new to the game, people who've been playing the game for a while, they'll pretty much tell you that 18k damage is a lot. For a character like her, it's a lot, trust me. So we couldn't finish it previously because we were playing around, but now we're not playing around and we've got so much time to spare. That was 25k, and let's do this. Let's activate this, and then let's throw this, and then we end it with Sucrose. Easy. One of the best teams or best characters that you will ever get is this one. So definitely make sure that when you have time, build your xingqiu to max. Make sure that you have everything that's recommended on him. And then make sure that you've got your Benny, who will buff you insanely good. Trust me. Benny buffs like insanely good. Make sure you build your Benny properly. And once you have your Benny ready, you'll be buffing your characters like no other team can. Also with xiangling, she's extremely free. Get her from the Spiral Abyss. You have her C0, and she's probably actually good in C0 as well. I definitely think she won't reach 30k, but she'll reach 10k for sure. If you invest properly on that C0, she'll reach 10k for sure. And then if you have Sucrose, if you get extremely lucky and you get Sucrose and possibly a bit of her copies, dude, don't be scared, don't be unhappy. Sucrose is really good. She's still good. I believe she's still one of the best 4-star characters in the game. And I think that's not a bad way to end the video. I hope I've helped you in some way if you're starting out the game. And if you currently are playing the game, I think you pretty much know why I made this video, and you know and understand why it's so important. So I hope I'll catch you in the next one, and I'll definitely be making another video following this one on the second best characters, the second next 4 best 4-star characters that you should be pulling for. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.